Ramblin' Man Moto here, guys. Hello, hello. Hopefully you'll notice a little bit of an improved angle on this footage. At least I thought it looked improved. All I did was preview it though through the iPhone wearing the helmet. I haven't edited any footage yet, but I found in my old GoPro bag of goodies here that I had only two longer little extensions that I thought might work for this purpose, so that I didn't have to add I was trying to avoid adding additional extensions, but what I did was replace the one I had with the one I'm using now, which is a little bit longer, and it allowed me to tilt the camera back a little further. Probably should have done this sooner, and I kind of liked the outcome. We're gonna see how this looks though at the end of the day when I go to do some editing, and we'll see how it looks. I thought he was gonna go. This is the scenario that I get worried about with vehicles. That turn right there, so I'll be willing to show that that's the type of turn where I get worried the most, that I'm not good at handling. And I think, self-analyzing it, I turn in too early, almost like a curve, and if that car had inched forward at all, I might have had trouble. When in my mind, what I want to do is come up like a car and do a quick turn. And I think to do that, either my talent needs to get a lot better, my skill needs to get a lot better, or I just need to go slower. See that helicopter up there? This is from the military bases. They're doing some training appropriate on here on around the 4th of July. Love seeing that. But I think that I'll need to slow down, but I feel awkward going that slowly, but to slow down to do the left turn. You know, you want to be predictable whether you're in a car or riding the motorcycle, and I feel like my concern with going too slow is that car drivers have a bad habit of inching forward. I call it the rolling start. You know, when a car is going by and they think they're going to pull out behind them and they're waiting for you to pass, they'll just start pulling, and you can see their front wheels moving before you've passed. That's because they think it's predictable. And if I come up on the motorcycle, they're probably accustomed to people quickly making the turn, and they might inch forward in a rolling way. And believe me, I've been practicing in the parking lots, and I need to get back to it, but I'm not getting better at it. At least I don't feel I'm getting more confident at it. If anything, I'm constantly criticizing myself, and with curves like these too. Man, this road today. Whew. I'm constantly criticizing myself that I think I could get better, and know I can. It's not a think, I know. So anyhow, back to the camera. This extension allowed me to tilt the camera up a little bit, but I liked the microphone to have enough play in it that if I pull the camera forward, it has enough mic to come with it. And I had to let out some slack, so right now there's a little more wire showing than I like. You know, I don't want it to get caught on my hand or anything else, so I might tape it down with electrical tape somehow. But the other interesting thing is with this new Ace Pro, you know, I bought the little media attachment, which is much better than GoPro's solution, so I could use my third-party mic. My third-party mic was already in the helmet. It's the same one I've been using. But this Ace Pro has the ability that you can sync it via wireless, via Bluetooth in this case, and it will record audio from the Cardo Talk Edge, which is the one I have as my comm unit on both helmets. Now, I haven't tried this yet. I've been trying to see if I like the camera, but if it will record, I don't think it's a two-way. I don't think it can record your conversations. I could be wrong about that, but if if it'll record and it's good quality, that might be a game changer, so I don't have to worry about this mic at all. My concern with anything wireless is interference and Bluetooth finickiness or other things in the area that are interrupting the signal. And the other thing is, even with a good connection, sometimes wireless quality just stinks. And even though I've got the mic and I've got my Cardo mic and my wireless mic for the camera right next to each other. One's running by the left ear, the other's running by the right. I should probably have gone the other way. Yeah, that would have been a better ride. But anyhow, I've got one on the left, one on the right. And if this system will sync up with the Cardo, that might be good. Now the Cardo is also connected to my phone, and it's also connected to the navigation system, and you can run into hiccups with that sometimes if you get too many and they're fighting for priority. And that's another concern. If any of you have done this already successfully, I'd love to hear about it. I have found, right now I have the navigation system and my phone, and when the navigation turns on, it temporarily disconnects the phone, and then I'll hear iPhone connected phone connected when it connects back. So if I'm using the same approach to record on this Ace Pro camera, I do have some concern whether my phone, and especially the navigation, would bump it in priority. Like when the navigation's giving me directions, it'll stop the music that might be playing, or even if it's not music playing, but I'll hear the music stop if it is. And then you'll hear, turn left in 1 mile. Then it'll come back and it'll say phone reconnected or phone connected, whatever the message is. So I'll just have to test it. And I have found pairing these Cardo Pack Talks with new devices is always a little bit weird to me. You have to do it in a certain sequence, and I don't want to disconnect the phone or the navigation unit or overwrite it somehow. So anyhow, that's what's going on with all the equipment. We'll see how all this gets on. One more thing is, if you're able to use a wireless mic, that means on this camera you can remove the mic adapter back, and the advantage to that is that it makes it waterproof again, or water resistant, whatever it is in its natural state. Right now that attachment creates an opening. I think it would still be fine in the rain, but why chance it if you don't have to? I appreciate the feedback I've gotten on this camera so far. Now, one of the folks mentioned, a few folks mentioned that the quality of the video was better. Now, I don't know why that is, because the specs on the camera, I think, are similar. I think, 4K, right? It's 4K 30 frames a second is what I've been doing, except some of the video might have been 4K 60 frames. Now, some of it might be the settings. I haven't messed with the settings much yet. I've played around with it and made one video, and maybe made another one I haven't edited yet, but it's good that you guys think the video quality is better. I thought that too. I have to say that when I first saw some of the video, I'm like, oh, this is pretty good. But I don't know if it was just the color setting I had. Now, the other thing I'll say though is that when somebody said they could see the numbers on the speedometer and they couldn't usually, I think that goes back to my point that the camera was closer because it wasn't tilted back as much. So for now, like for example, I'm gonna bring the camera forward. Well, if I brought the camera forward and my thumb almost caught on that extra wire, I don't know if that would change the view we're seeing right now. That maybe was how it was, and now that I have it back like this, that's a little more like my GoPro was, maybe that might change and you don't see those numbers. So we'll see. Yeah, when I did that little adjustment, my thumb caught on the wire. I can just see that being a potential accident. That's the wire to the microphone. You guys see the rider in front of me? I've seen him out here a number of times. He must live around me, I think. But do you guys ride like that on 2-lane back roads with your feet forward like that? To me, it's not as comfortable. I know it should be, but I don't. You know, I think those are footrests, right? I don't think those are his pedals. And if they're on footrest, man, my reaction time is not where I'd like it to be, positioned like that. Yeah, so he had a feet rest. I don't know that I'd be doing that on this road. Like on a highway, I get it. But the speed limit's here 55, so people get complacent in the 55 zones. Now, we were in a 45 right now, but I don't know that I'd be doing that on this road. Yeah, there he goes again. Yeah, I mean, I get the comfort, but man, if a car is coming at you in your lane and you got to react, or an animal runs out, man, that just, not for me, I guess. I'm not that comfortable doing that. Yep. I put these toe rests on mine, and I think I've used them twice. I'm going to look this up in the owner's manual, hopefully, before I post this video. But for those of you that own this bike, or another Indian that might have an alarm system, this bike does have an alarm. I forgot about it one time. It was in the garage. I had locked the saddlebags. Now, I know if I lock twice on the key fob, the horn will sound. And on this bike, the horn is very loud. And if you lock the bike, the alarm is on, it's supposed to be on. And I went to get on the bike and move it, like duck walk it without even starting it one time in the garage. And whoo! Well, I was reminded, this Buffalo brand horn inside the garage, very loud. So it got me wondering as I headed out today, especially with those girls that were sitting on the bike. It might not have been good to do this, but you know, is there a panic alarm? And I don't think there is. I press locked and try to hold it, and I press lock and unlock at the same time and try to hold it, and no panic alarm. I guess I figure motorcycle riders should not be panicking. But if I'm wrong about that, let me know. I guess I could unlock it and lock it very quickly. That would have, and locked it twice, that would have made the horn honk.